Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Queen's Wish 2. So, I have made my way to Fort Meadow 4, which of course was a simple matter of just fast traveling there. And, well, we have a message waiting for us. I guess I'm gonna take that first. Also, there is a petitioner here. Of course, the main reason I'm here is to talk to Miranda and tell her to get that incompetent and frankly insolent idiot Otto replaced. I think he's overdue for his retirement. And I'm very curious to see how the game's gonna handle that. You notice that Chief Cestus is holding court in the audience hall to the north. When she catches your eye, she waves you forward. She wants you to come advise her, another demand on your limited time. I could just ignore that, of course, but I'm not going to. What is this about, though? I wonder what might have triggered this. Because it wasn't flashing, you know, last time we were in town. I suppose I have talked to both Otto and the Rasa since, and I might not have visited another fort after that. God, I don't know. It's been a few days. Yeah, I probably just came here straight from Azam. Anyway, when you approach the mirror, its surface fills with sparkling silver fog. You hear Delia's voice. I'm pretty sure by which I mean I'm absolutely sure that the game told me that we specifically saw Sutter's face forming in the fog. But on other occasions, we've had voice-only connections. Is that meaningful? Is that just... I mean, it's a mirror, right? It's a magical mirror. You'd expect it to be a visiphone, basically a video phone. Visiphone? Is that... I don't know. I think that's a term from some sci-fi universe I'm thinking of. Anyway, video phone. But I guess not in this case. I don't know. Prince? Atantuo? You're there, aren't you? You hear her slapping the mirror. Yes, you're there. You have been to the Lodaga. It is our father's homeland. It is in your blood. What do you think of it? It's in our blood, I would think. Very moving. It's a beautiful land. I feel closer to my ancestors. I would rather be anywhere than here. Not sure what the difference is supposed to be between these first two. Feel closer to my ancestors. I mean, I'm literally physically closer to them. Which is, of course, not what this means, but... Very moving. It's a beautiful land. I don't know if I would be quite ready to say that, but yeah, sure, some sort of connection. You go on at length about how moved you are... by, I guess, the Lodaga. The fierce warriors, the proud traditions. She isn't really paying attention. Oh, well, that's not great. Yes, I wish I could see it. But Governor Otto, our eyes and hands there. Have you met him? Don't you want to talk for a bit? Obviously not. Okay, well, I mean, either she's not in the mood or she doesn't have the time, so I guess let's not force it. I met Governor Otto, yes. Good. I'm sure you've seen him and you've evaluated the situation in the Lodaga. What is your opinion? He's a terrible governor. Everything is falling apart. I mean, I don't know that it necessarily is falling apart right now, but it definitely will, if it's not already, because he is just not doing anything. His policy is to just sit there and, well, literally not do anything. Plus he's, you know, a jerk, and yeah, no, it's just... I applaud your accurate evaluation, although seeing what is before your eyes can't have been much of a challenge. So you were already aware, I guess? Well, about the falling apart thing. Raiders and beasts are overrunning the hills, and he has lost control of the situation, if he ever had it. And what, in your questionable opinion, needs to be done? Wow, what is going on? Are you... Sutter? Is it you? I guess I'm only hearing her voice. Maybe he's using some sort of magical device to fake it. I mean, he's terrible and everything's going to hell. No, it's fine, though. I mean, I see no reason to remove him. No, of course he needs to replace. What? Why even... Yes, he needs to be transferred quickly to a place where he can do no harm. Yeah, I mean, maybe just retirement, you know? He's old. He's served faithfully for at least 30 years. Well, longer than that, we know that. So surely that shouldn't be a problem, right? Somewhere miserable. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. But that's... You said that. We need to make an example of him. Yeah, I don't know if he necessarily needs to be punished. I mean, you know, it's not like he actively did anything to make things worse. No, I mean, I guess negligence and inaction is a form of making things worse. But, well, anyway. However, we can't do it yet. Take note of this. You need to tell Miranda that he can stay. Oh, no, I'm not going to, but why? Because we don't have a good replacement for him yet. Actually, I've been thinking about that a little bit, and I was wondering, I am wondering what options the game is going to give me, because obviously I am not going to ignore her wish, because I think anything we do would be better than letting him do his thing, or, not do his thing. And I was kind of expecting the game to try to pull some sort of trick like this, but yeah, no, I'm determined to, even if the game tells me that it's going to be terrible and, that it's going to destabilize things more, no, I just want to see what happens, Not that I want to see the world burn, but the world's already burning, so, how much worse could things get? I have been thinking, though, that as far as available candidates go, what about Chief Murph of the nearby fort, right? He's been there as long as Otto. Longer, in fact. He knows the area. He is, old, but he is a veteran. He knows his stuff. And he's been frustrated about Otto's inaction. So, arguably, he should be more than willing to actually do things. And, he literally can't do worse than Otto. I just wonder if the game is going to offer that option. That would be really cool if it did. Not sure, though. We will see. Anyway, we don't have a good replacement for him yet. Well, again, we'll see. Governor positions are very valuable. They mean wealth and influence for the families who run them. We need to find a noble who can do the job, and... yeah, well, okay, if it has to be a noble, I guess, for reasons. Well, we'll see. Maybe my princely opinion is valued enough to allow me to make an unconventional choice, I guess. Who can do the job and who we need to buy off. This takes time. So we say he stays for a short time. Do you remember how it was my job to evaluate things and come to a decision? And not yours? If this was determined all along, from the palace, from far away, they didn't need me at all. They could have just made that decision. Period. Obviously, they must be getting their information from the provinces, right? They don't need to have someone... specifically a member of the royal family visiting there in person to get them that info. But since they did send me and ask me to do it, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm being a little bit stubborn about this. So what? Anyway. We say he stays for a short time. That's unsatisfying. Remember that when Miranda asked for your judgment. Oh, we'll see. I think he's too incompetent to be tolerated a moment longer. Can I take his place? Is there no Havenite here who can take his place? Yeah. No. As I said, it is a very delicate sort of decision. It is my job to make it in a way that gets maximum advantage for our family. Come on, the row replace him? Surely not. Well, I think he needs to be replaced. He is terrible, but you are there. Yes. You have time and power. You can improve the situation enough that Otto can be tolerated for a short time. I suppose so, but I still want to see... I want to personally see that something is done, right? No. You're making me second guess. I'm not having any of this. Don't worry. We will make him pay for wasting your time. Ugh. What should be done then? Talk to Ras Alawita. You will be asked, no doubt, to kill a bunch of raiders. Yes, I've been there, done that. Well, haven't killed them yet. Killed a bunch of raiders, claim victory, move on. I will take care of the diplomacy after. And now I think we have a few minutes to talk of lighter things. I wanted to tell you about... what? A report from where? Oh no, those fools! I will... The mist fades, the mirror is quiet. Wow. Really. Well, hey there, Miranda. Let's just pretend this conversation never happened. What else do you need? The Queen has sent me... Wait, we need to talk about the governors. Do we need to talk about the Rasas? Wait. Do we? I'm just curious. We don't technically need to report back about the Rasas, right? Except maybe to let her know that we have... Huh. Well, okay, I guess we... this is not... It's not part of our quest to evaluate them or anything. We're just supposed to get their petition and fulfill it. And technically Miranda does not need to know about it, but I guess by telling her, I'm kind of officially, getting some official feedback on the progress of our main mission. As part of a ceremonial visit, you need to visit each of them. Yes. Rasa Ella was assassinated. Did we not talk to her about this? Maybe not. General Miranda nods. A true surprise and very worrying. The Gentle Coast has always been the area that strongly supported Haven. Ella has always spoken out in Haven's defense. Now someone has dared to kill her. Be sure to regularly consult the mirror outside. I'm sure your family will have much to say about this soon. I guess we did talk about that issue. The Ras of the Lodaga gave me a petition. He wants me to deal with the invasion of raiders. I see. The aggravations continue. The Lodaga should be begging for forgiveness for solving their own problems, not pestering you. Still, our governor has been slow and weak in his duties, allowing these brigands to spread. Insulting as it is, the Queen did order that the petitions of the Rasas be answered. Well, I wouldn't call it outright insulting. They may be trying to push their limits a little bit, but also, obviously, the situation has to be resolved some way or another, right? And I mean, they're not wrong in when they say that technically it's Haven's job to at least help, right? And Otto is not doing that, so someone should. Plus, there's loot in it and experience, so obviously I'm gonna help. Anyway, I shouldn't be sent out. Yes, I will show them the might of Haven. Between these options, I guess it's option number 2. I do not doubt it. Hunting bandits and monsters is one of the most honorable activities for the royalty of Haven. Mighty resources will be at your disposal. I mean, I will gain mighty resources. I still think that I should be, provided more resources to begin with, but obviously then we wouldn't have a game. Happy hunting, sure. Okay, more questions. So, the governors. Of course. Let's talk about the Lodaga. A challenging place, yes. She shuffles through some papers and checks her notes. Governor Otto is our authority there. Well, if you can call it that. Been there for many years. A man must be stationed in the Lodaga. A man must be stationed. They have little respect for women, like me, alas. It is still too early to pass judgment on Governor Otto, questionable as his talent is, but I might be able to give useful information. Wait, how is it too early? What more could I possibly do? Wait. No, I have entered the Lodaga and met Governor Otto. A good start. Making contact is important. Now you can question him and investigate the province. I mean, I guess I have not extensively traveled the entire province? So maybe it's not as simple as this. I guess it's not. Okay, so the game actually does require me to, I guess... Wait. Okay, this will help you learn whether he should stay. I'm afraid I was told to not accept the judgment until you have explored more of the Lodaga. I mean, I've been to the city and the fort. Do I actually need to visit some random missions first? I mean, I suppose so. Not really sure how that matters, because I'm not going to learn anything fundamentally new about the situation, right? That's clear enough. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe more important story is going to happen. I mean, I suppose if nothing else, that bottleneck tower. What was it called? Called Malachite Tower with the cow wolves. That some more important story bits might actually happen there. So I guess I believe some of our soldiers are trapped on the. She literally talks about that. Okay, trapped on the road to the city of Atsay. Helping them break free might make the situation there clearer. Gotcha. Okay, thanks for pointing that out specifically. Okay, so the game gives you pretty precise pointers there, which is appreciated, I guess. Well, it's kind of disappointing that I'm not actually allowed to, well, do anything there yet. I suppose I could make a beeline for the tower and just get that out of the way before tackling these random areas. Also, I hadn't noticed... Oh, the harvester. Wait... I had not noticed that location being on the map while playing, but I did see that when I looked at some of my recent recordings. So, yeah, that must have been... Obviously, that was put there a while ago. Okay, but of course that has nothing to do with the current issues. Right, I mean, I don't see how these random quarries or the fire pits would be important, but yeah, Malachite Keep, of course, is important. And it's also going to by freeing that, I'm gonna be able to actually claim another fort, which, well, is beneficial in a variety of ways. Also, access to another city. Although, I mean, there's neither a Rasa nor a governor there, right? So I'm not sure how important that is story-wise, but of course there's going to be more quests there. So, you know, all kinds of good reasons to unlock that second area, that second part of the area quickly. But, well, since we're here, while we're here, let's get this sorted, huh? Sage Elitra. Sage. Once again, you interrupt Chief Cestus in the middle of passing judgment on some miscreant. Well, it's not always miscreants. This time the prisoner is a soldier of Haven. She wears the robes of a mage, tattered from a long journey over the rough roads of the Rokaj. Chief Cestus is surprised by your arrival. Still, she manages to maintain her composure. Ah, the prince. There's no need for me to make judgments or demands here. This is Sage Elitra. Hello, Sage Elitra. She looks up at you, her young face showing a bit of awe. She did not expect to meet the prince, even under these odd circumstances. What do you mean, even? Especially under... Well, I don't know, under what circumstances would you accept to meet a prince? Unless you're visiting the palace to have an audience with the prince. I don't know. Chief Cestus looks down at her. Sage Elitra is a deserter. She served in Azam under General Atto. Oh, my condolences. Then she fled. She was hiding in the woods near Fort Meadow 4 when my soldiers found her and brought her here. I was wondering how I might deal with her when you arrived. I mean, again, having had to serve under General Atto, she already gets my sympathy. She fled. Okay. Is this true, Sage Elitra? She bows her head. It is, Prince. I'm sorry. I could not stand to serve Governor Atto anymore. I tried to get a transfer, but I failed. She couldn't have been trying for long. She's quite young. Well, I mean, how young are we talking? Also, I mean, surely not too young to have been trying for possibly months, which I would say is a pretty long time to, trying to get away from an insufferable post. So I came here. I heard about the raids here. I thought I could join another unit and fight for Haven here. So, not technically a deserter. I mean, technically a deserter, but no. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. So, technically she did desert her post, but not to run away, but to fight and be useful somewhere else. Anyway, so I came here. Tell me more about Governor Atto. Well, we don't need to hear any more about him, but sure. He's incompetent. He can't do anything right. It would be better if he didn't do anything. Everything he does is wrong, and now I'm in trouble. He'll be angered if he knows what I'm saying about him. Well, that won't matter for much longer if I have any say in the matter. We'll see. I want to serve, but not for one who neglects those under him so. Okay. I'm aware of Atto's incompetence. Sage Elitra looks surprised. She opens her mouth to say something, then wisely she closes it again. Elitra, why did you come to Fort Meadow 4? I hoped that I could serve here. I wanted to pretend I was lost and separated from a unit. I would offer to help, get quarters, blend in. In a time of chaos like now, this isn't an impossible plan. Unlikely, but not impossible. When I was found, Chief Cestus saw through me immediately. Okay. Chief Cestus, what does the law say? The chief shrugs. Haven is not kind to deserters. A death sentence is not unusual. Elitra whimpers. But mercy is possible. I mean, I certainly hope so. Obviously, death sentence is completely out of the question here. Even if she, well, I mean, it depends on the individual case, I guess. But even if she had actually been trying to just desert, like, actually desert the army, I would obviously be inclined to show mercy. Maybe, in considering her young age and whatnot. But in this case, things are different, right? She's obviously trying to do the right thing, and she just chose the wrong method. The wrong method to do the right thing. Well, anyway, I've made a decision, I guess. Sage Elitra says, please have mercy on me, Prince. I swear, I want nothing but to serve Haven. I should not have abandoned my post. Well, yeah, again, wrong methods. Right idea, I suppose, but yeah. Bad execution. Chief Cestus looks strangely disappointed, but she has mostly mentally detached from the procedure. Strangely disappointed? Like, why? In whom? By whom? Guilty of desertion, executor. Wow. Guilty of desertion, flogger, then send her back to Atto. That's a fate crueler than death. Send Sage Elitra back to Atto for punishment? No, definitely not. Although, would he even punish her? I don't know. He probably would find it in him to actually do something in that case, I'm sure. Sage Elitra is now stationed in Fort Meadow 4. Chief says find some work for her. You know what? The game is definitely going to berate me for being too soft or something, but screw that. I'm gonna do what... the game also, early on, told me, when in doubt, to do what... To follow my heart or something. To do what feels right. I don't know how exactly it was worded, but, you know, I'm gonna do that. Sage Elitra thanks you profusely. Profusely. The guards don't care either way. Huh, okay. After they lead her away, Chief Cestus is pleased. Oh, okay. Always nice to have another magician around the place. A bit on the merciful side, perhaps? Who, me? But we can't afford to waste material. Yeah, okay. I mean, that was a very mild beratement as far as this game goes, so I'll take it. Huh. At least that is done. I need a meal. Okay, so I'm done here? Of course, Prince. Thank you again. Oh, nope. Alright. Guess I can't really complain. No, was there something? Oh, you know what? There was something I meant to do. Now that we have access to all the... potential party members, recruits from our vessel states, no, from the provinces, from this vessel state, I meant to remake my party members. And I don't know, I haven't really come to a solid conclusion as to how to handle this. I guess I could just outright replace them by identical characters, identical in every regard, except that, you know, I choose one from each province. I give them different backgrounds, basically, and just pretend that the original Chip, Pet, and Ray never existed. I was thinking about making them basically look identical, you know, except for the background, and give them, you know, similar but slightly different names. But that's just silly. I mean, I think I'm just gonna... Actually, can I not just edit them? Oh, okay. You cannot change that. You have to create a new character for that. So I think I'm just gonna quickly remake them and pretend they've always been recruits from the other provinces. You know, just for simplicity's sake, I guess. Obviously, I could just keep playing like this and not really miss out on much, but, you know, some of those extra abilities might actually be useful, and if nothing else, you know, it's for checking out what is available, and, you know, see a little bit more of the game. Special nature and healing abilities. Abilities that inflict powerful debuffs and wear down enemies. Well, obviously, Low Dagger makes most sense for the warrior type, right? Crown's Woods. Nature and healing, obviously, yeah, has to be the healer. I mean, it's kind of lame in that regard, because obviously I'm not really trying to do anything too unusual or, you know, go any new ways, but if it makes sense, it just makes sense, right? Special abilities that charm your enemies and liberate you from the mental control of enemies. Okay, so this, I mean, doesn't really sound like a Hylethan would be particularly well suited to be a magician, but obviously it's the one that's left. And, you know, having access to those extra abilities, it's not a bad thing in its own right. What? Is that the last random string of letters I typed in when I was asked to name someone? Wow. Also, let's not actually try to read that. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna just, again, remake those characters, and I'll see you in a sec. Alright, and we're done. That was a bit of a lengthy process, because obviously it involved swapping over inventory and respecking everyone, or rather, you know, redistributing skill points, and I basically made them identical copies, except for, well, I mean, obviously their appearance has actually changed a little bit. You know, I swapped these two around because, well, Chip is now supposed to be from the Daga, right? And I associate those people more with, you know, darker skinned well, people. So yeah, and Ray is now from the Crowners Woods, so, you know, more light skinned. And Pat is from the High Elitra, so she basically stayed the same except for hair color, because, you know, might as well make them at least look a little bit different for some reason. As far as skills go, I have actually decided to give Chip a better whirlwind, because I like using that ability a lot, and I haven't really been making a lot of use of stunning shots, so I figured why not. In fact, I might do the same for the Prince, forgoing the ability to stun entirely for the time being. Maybe not. I don't know. I also gave him his passive, the first level of his passive Daga ability. So what he has is Stone Spines. So yeah, cone-shaped bleeding physical attack for 2 energy. I don't know. It's neat, I guess. Stone Vapors, only 1 energy, and poisons everyone near the target just by attacking. I mean, that seems pretty neat. But I'm just a sucker for passive effects, so I went with this one. And I think we've seen this effect happening when fighting Dagons, so that's it's fun to see that that actually works. Yeah, for NPCs and for us. So 10% per point. So right now a 10% chance to slow down all foes near him. I mean, that should be useful. Obviously, a very good thing to have for a fighter. Next, we have her. Well, spoilers, I guess I also gave her a point in her passive, which is a 15%, well, okay, yeah, it's a 15% chance to free allies within 4 spaces, which is somewhat generous from mental effects and curses. That's just nice to have, and we can increase that to a 30% chance, which is really good, actually. You know, the choice is between that, well, for now, between that and an active 1 energy cost skill that, well, just cures someone on demand, which is obviously also useful, but again, sucker for passive effects, what can I say? I will get this eventually, though. Not sure about the charm effect. I mean, yeah, charm can be powerful, but it also tends to fail when you most need it, so, you know, it's not something I typically want to rely on. Of course, there's always, you know, reloading if things don't go my way, if all else fails. Yeah, and other than that, I went with pretty much the same things. I'm honestly not sure where did I put her other point before? Oh, right, I did not pick Terror this time. So I figured, you know, we have one person in the party who can use Terror, because obviously, yeah, if I want to give Ray any levels in Magic for the extra energy and Arcane item access, I'm gonna go with Terror out of these 3 options, because, well, I don't intend for him to use magic attacks. And the Magery does not actually help him at all. So, yeah. I guess I'm gonna put both points to unlock the 2nd tier for him into Terror. And thus, yeah, we have that available that way. But everything else is what I chose before, because, yeah, I think it's still the most useful things to have available right now. And then finally, that leaves him. I already said I gave him Terror. And I did not pick any of his, well, obviously, yeah, did not pick any of his racial or cultural skills yet, because, well, he's obviously the shortest on points, because he has to branch out a little bit to be most effective. So yeah, I put his extra point into the magic tree for the time being, and I did pick everything else as before, I think. I was thinking about... What was I thinking about? Well, I was thinking about maybe putting both of his first tier points into healing, just to make healing a little bit more powerful. But I mean, it's only a 10% increase. I do keep complaining how it's relatively weak, but it's getting better. He has some other sources for you know, healing increases at this point, so... And this is still a really nice thing to have. So, for now, that is that. As far as his cultural skills go, we have Ensnaring Vines, which is, I guess it's not targeted, it's just nearby enemies. do get damaged and ensnared, which is, you know, could be useful. Not a super high priority, I want to say. Life Drain, that's an interesting one. One energy cost only. Your next single target attack will heal you 30% of the damage done. I'm guessing that this is obviously not gonna... Well, this has to not take up your entire turn. In fact, maybe it's action point free. We'll see, I suppose, once I get that, because I am planning to get that eventually. And then, well, obviously, yeah, sure. Healing himself is obviously gonna be necessary from time to time, and if we can combine damaging an enemy and healing ourselves, why not, right? It's only 30% of the damage done, and he's never gonna be a super good damage dealer, I guess, but, you know, it's every little bit counts. I guess this can also be buffed. We'll see, I guess, how that improves with points put into it. In fact, I'm just gonna quickly check. Healing effect lasts for one more turn. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I suppose that's effectively 60% of the damage done, assuming both attacks hit, so that's neat. Right, and then the final one is passive, but honestly, not as amazing. All heals and cures received by this character and allies within 2 spaces are improved by 10%. Actually, let's see how that improves. Okay, 15%. I was kind of hoping to increase the radius, because 2 spaces... I mean, he basically has to stand right next to someone for them to benefit from that healing increase, right? And obviously I've decided to make him not a frontline cleric kind of character, in which case this would be really good, actually. If he was just standing... Well, obviously, if one of your 2 frontline characters, assuming you have 2 melee characters, is, you know, happens to be a Kranus, you know, cleric slash... Actually, I suppose he doesn't need to be the healer himself, right? It's... yeah. I mean, he doesn't need to be, but he could, for example, be a type of cleric character. Hybrid healer and fighter. And then, obviously, he would always be in range of the other fighter, or typically, at least. And, yeah, this would be a nice bonus. As it is, I'm still gonna give it to him eventually, but obviously not a priority for the time being, considering this, you know, extra energy and arcane item access is more valuable. In fact, by taking that away, I wonder, does that unequip something? How does that work, actually? Does it just make items unavailable or lose their effect? Obviously, it does not unequip them. Like, I do take this away. Oh, one of your characters is no longer able to use an equipped item. You removed all of your skills on the tier. It's now in your pack. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, okay, so that... I see. It's nice, actually, that it does not apply that... does not unequip those items until you actually leave the menu, so, you know, you're free to swap skills around without having to worry about re-equipping afterwards. That is nice. There. Yeah, a nice little side advantage, I suppose, of creating these new characters is that we've gotten 3 free leather vests that way, which we can now sell for minor profit. Sell something. Yeah, 3 coins each. I mean, technically a way to make infinite money, but obviously not particularly efficient. Although I suppose, I don't know if there are any other unlimited ways of making money. Now that I think about it, with enemies not respawning after a certain point. Well, obviously, I'm not planning to exploit that. Also, you know, yeah, 3 coins per created character is not exactly amazing. Maybe in an absolute emergency, it's at least an option, I suppose. Anyway, that took a while. Now, I did say that I wanted to maybe just make a beeline for Malachite Keep, just to try to push toward being able to expel this jerk, and unfortunately angering our dear sister, I suppose, and creating all kinds of diplomatic and political messes. But yeah, I kind of want to get that done as quickly as possible, so I suppose we're going to fast travel to Azam. Another 5 hours for that trip. Yeah, we're not fully healed. I suppose I should have healed though, right? It's gonna be fine. We'll be fine. Surely. Oh, I was thinking about giving him Whirlwind level 2. 20% increased damage is actually really nice. But oh well. But oh well. Blinding though. Did I... Wait. Ah, right. Yeah, the original ship had this, right? Obviously, yeah. And I gave this one the row wears down instead. It's fine, I think. I've hardly ever used this. And we do still have access to it through Atantuo, so yeah, we're gonna be fine. I keep telling myself that enough times and it's gonna actually be true. Okay, let's, well, I did say beeline, but, you know, I guess you know what? Never mind. I was gonna say that I'm obviously going to explore the map on the way there, but I'm gonna try my best not to. And actually do what I said I was gonna do. Crazy, I know. Malachite Pass north. Yes. Let's not get distracted. There are things off to the sides of the road, but we don't care about that. You're at the south end of a maze of narrow, rocky passes leading up into the mountains. At the far end is the northern half of the Lodaga, an even more unpleasant stretch of land. There is one main road leading through the pass. You can see signs of other narrow paths, tiny ledges along steep cliff faces, barely visible footpaths through jumbles of avalanche-prone stone. You lack a lifetime of learning how to navigate through the treacherous lands of the Rokas. You are stuck with traveling the main road. What does it say here? Malachite Pass. Okay. Hi there, giant scorpions. How far is it? Okay, we're almost there, actually. Of course, I'm kind of on the wrong side of things here. What is this? Just some random camp? I mean, for now it looks like, almost looks like we should be able to circumvent that fortress, but I guess that wouldn't make sense. This path into the pass grows narrow, windy, and clogged with boulders. The valley ahead splits into multiple paths, some of them ascending along dangerous cliffs. Those born to the row are able to navigate through these dangerous, winding mountain paths with no problem. You will need to travel along the main road. I mean, okay, fair enough, I suppose. So much for that. I mean, technically we have a Dagon with us, but... Well, actually the game might occasionally acknowledge that we have, you know, locals in our party. I would hope that it does, but I guess not here. The sounds of horns echo up the valleys. You hear battle cries. They seem like they're coming from all directions. The raiders of the row have emerged from hiding. They are hunting you, attempting to win glory with an act of courage. If they realize who they are stalking, they would probably rethink their strategy. Would they, though? They've literally done that before, and definitely on purpose. I guess I could run into the actual fortress, right? They shouldn't be able to catch up with me. The main road through Malachite Pass is blocked by a huge fortification. It started to crumble with decay many long years before raiders swarmed the Lodaga. Now a huge mob is clumped at its base. You can see hordes of cowolves clawing at the walls and looking for a way in. You wonder where the walls came from. The row are forbidden from building fortifications like these. Well, obviously then, either they ignored that or they built that before that became a thing. They lost their privilege when the Great Uprising was put down. You can see a banner flying from the top of one of the ruins. It has a symbol of Haven. That might explain why walls are here. If you want to get a closer look, you will have to carve your way through a mass of invaders. Really? Is that the only way in? Frontal assault? I mean, it wouldn't make sense for a fortress like this, whose only purpose is to block the pass, to have some sort of secret side entrance. So... should I fight these guys, though? I mean, this is obviously a scripted encounter of some sort. You know, let's at least take a look. That's a lot of enemies. Cowwolf touched. Hello. Level 8. Hold on a second. 2 levels above us? Yep. That seems bad. Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean... I guess I'm gonna try, but if enemies are just generally gonna be 2 levels above us here, that could be bad. Rush forward, hope for the best. I mean, that was a decent first attack. And we got knocked back immediately, and we get crit all the time. Wonderful. Fantastic start. He gets his turn again. I guess he does have this passive haste effect. Gonna heal him for 13. That's really not good. That's not very good at all. Okay, that's a lot of enemies, and we don't really have a ton of useful things we can do. I'm gonna have to walk forward and try to deal as much damage as possible. Which is not as amazing as it could be. Maybe poison? That gets a good number of them, including the one that's already damaged. Yeah. Okay, we did hit them all. She gets crit for 20. Alright, so I guess... I don't know, is it that... Do we get crit more by enemies that are higher level than us? It definitely feels like that, but... or we're just getting exceptionally unlucky, I suppose. It's possible. Let's do a group heal because, you know, multiple people were damaged. Finally, Atantuo gets a turn. Took him long enough. I could walk here. I'm not really gonna get anywhere. I'm not gonna get close enough to, you know, do any real damage with Whirlwind, so I guess I'm gonna actually just rush this guy, kill him. That was my hope. You can actually walk there and start whirlwinding. Those guys are flingers, actually. They're not gonna approach us. And we get knocked back all over the place. That's really annoying. Okay. We could send one of them running, but that doesn't feel particularly worth it. I'm gonna heal her. She can move, so we're getting knocked around, but at least we're not getting slowed. That would suck even more, obviously. Okay, now of course Atantuo is right in the middle of those enemies, so area attacks might not be such a good idea. I could do some damage and stun 3 of them. Sure, why not? Okay, one evaded entirely, but 2 of them are... No, only 1 of them is stunned, actually. Wow. But I think this one was actually crit, so at least it wasn't a complete waste. Whirlwind, okay, good. It's 1 more down. I kind of have to bull rush again in order to get him back into action. Only for him to obviously become knocked back any moment. Now wait, oh, I forgot to switch to his bow. That's okay. Let's deal some more damage to you guys. Poison them some more. Okay. Right. How far does healing reach? We'll see. Far enough to at least affect everyone. Of course, his mana is going very fast here. But it's what it is. Why don't you try to make sure that guy dies? Okay, good. And you can stand there and do more whirlwinding. That guy's not dying from anything, so maybe we just finish you off? Good. Oh god. Please don't die. 19, okay, that was at least decent. Oh, and you still have all your action points. Well then, swap and attack that guy, I guess. Maybe I should have tried attacking one of these. Thought they weren't too far away, but I obviously could have just tried. Well, you can reach that guy, so just do that. Nice critical for 39. Okay, I don't know, maybe crits just happen more commonly than I expect. I suppose they crit us a lot early on, and then it slowed down in that regard, and then we crit them back even though they are 2 levels higher, so I guess there probably isn't a significant increase or decrease to crit rate based on level. Or that might be, and it's obviously a very small sample size to draw any kind of conclusion from. Well, anyway, we were barely able to defeat this group of enemies. And there is another group of raiders right there. Wait, yeah, they are coming after us. Well, we're gonna flee into this hostile area, which is obviously, well, only so helpful, but there we go. We'll see what happens to those enemies on the world map when we step out of here. Malachite Pass widens out into a broad flat valley here. Yes. The air is bitter cold and the blowing sand still makes it hard to see far. You're able to tell that you have stumbled into a fresh battlefield. There's a huge tower to the northeast, protected by a thick bulwark of stone. To see exactly what the tower is, you will need to get closer. To the northwest, the field has been overrun by cowbolds. They are there in great numbers, snuffling around the walls and looking for a way to breach the tower. Considering how torn up the field is and how much waste you smell, the siege has been going on for some time. Okay, basically, I want to just quickly see how tough these guys are. Level 7, okay, not as bad as those recent attackers. You're a lot closer to the walls now. They are built of stone. They look entirely new and only slightly damaged by the feeble attacks of the cowbolds. At first it is strange that they are here. The Row aren't allowed to build this sort of fortification. Then you note the strange quality of the stone. The blocks are all identical and lined up with mathematical precision. They aren't entirely natural. They look like the work of one of Haven's skilled magical engineers. The raiders have been wearing them down using logs as battering rams. You hear howling to the northwest. Shading your eyes against the wind and sand, you can see shaggy figures loping toward you. The sentries of the cowls have seen you. Oh no. Have they actually? I guess so. And those guys are still there. Can we fast travel? We probably can't, right? Welp, that is a problem. Oh, except that somehow those are the worst pursuers ever. Well, don't mind if I just retreat. You wander through those massive narrow valleys, though you are usually in the shade. It is still painfully hot. Wait, what? It was a cold wind up here. I mean, I suppose that is supposed to be higher up in the mountains, but still. Painfully hot. Suddenly, a lone road climbs up the Malachite Pass, but it's free of travelers. Some pebbles rattle down a cliff behind you. Animals out of sight cry to each other. You aren't fooled. Someone is tracking you. Okay, I suppose I was probably supposed to get that message before actually triggering the ambush further up the road, but you know. Let's pretend it actually happened in the correct order. Wow. Well, let's lure them all the way over here. And by lure, I mean just run into here so we get healed for free. Are they still there? Now they're gone, huh? Yeah, because now we officially rested and time passed, I guess. It's unfortunate, but obviously there was absolutely no way we would, you know, win more than one encounter against level 8 enemies, or even just another encounter against any level enemies after dealing with that first group of cowls. That was rough. There are also those scorpions still running around, but you know. The real question is, does this trigger again? Well, first we get this. Crown's Woods. Okay, yes, no theft there. Basically no theft in the Crown's Woods. None in the Daga or the Letha. Right, no theft risk in low Daga lands. Nice. Okay. Okay, we're not gaining as much Quicksilver anymore. Or a lot of iron for that matter, but a lot of wood and stone. So that's neat. How much do we have? Well, just that much. I see. Okay, fair enough though. So long as we're not losing anything. Alright. Also, yeah, I mean, I kind of... Obviously, I wish I could have dealt with that ambush. Also, because maybe then something special would have triggered, but, you know, that wasn't really very feasible. So, you know, it's what it is. I guess we just successfully ran away, which is, you know, it works. It obviously did work. You're a lot closer to the walls. Okay, now the sentries have seen us again. Cowolf flingers. Okay, regular cowolf. Well then, might as well wait for them here. Can you shoot from there? Well, you can shoot from there. Just good enough. Crit for 30. I like it. Did not get crit by them, which I like even more. Okay, first one down. Do we need to buff for this encounter? Maybe not. I think I'm gonna have him conserve his mana for the time being and focus on healing any damage we might end up taking. This is pretty satisfying. Okay, we get knocked back by them. I guess, yeah, okay, it's the bashers that knock you around. Thanks for the evade. It's useful. Okay, there we go. Don't do it. Okay, good. Block the damage. I like that. There's a lot of them coming, huh? But I suppose that's the entire idea. That, yeah, I mean, in fact, obviously, since the fortress is, or the tower is under siege, all the enemies should be entirely around the outside and no enemies inside. That's how sieges work. So, you know what? I'm gonna have a drink a potion, because why not? So with any luck, we only need to deal with whatever enemies are, well, around this area here. I mean, how many more could there be, right? There's not a whole lot left to this map here, considering it's kind of wasting much of its lower half on this path that has no enemies. So, well, we'll see. Maybe it's not going to be that bad. Gonna do this again against 4 enemies. Okay, we hit all of them, crit one of them. Ooh, what? Wait. Oh, well, that sucks. That was one unfortunate hit that I cannot really afford to take, unfortunately. Well, let's try that again. Yeah, let's literally try that again. Except, get less unlucky this time. Start combat? What? I'm not using an ability. Okay, what are you talking about? Start and not until the current spell ability is done. What? What? What was that? Am I... Huh? Am I crazy? I obviously did not try to cast anything, and even if I had, I hit escape to cancel anything. Weird. Okay. Also, considering this is gonna be a major fight, obviously now, in hindsight, it makes a lot of sense to actually use buffs. I'm gonna move you forward a little bit more, although the basher is right there, ready to knock us around the place. That's okay though. You can fast faint. Actually just... Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. I thought, for some reason I thought that was the basher. Obviously it's not. But, you know, he's dead, so that's good. Let's actually cast a shock on the basher. Just shoot him, I suppose. And we'll see what he does. Okay, there was... Yeah. There was a knockback. We got crit. As you do. I'm gonna say that we don't need to heal quite yet. Take out the basher. We'll see if you can reach far enough. Not without moving. How much closer would you need to be? Quite a bit closer, actually. Well, I mean... That works. Yeah, sure. Get all 4 of those. Evaded, I like it. I thought it was Atantuo's turn and I wanted him to step there just to move a little bit further ahead. Did not mean to waste his turn like that. Oh well. Do we have more bashers? No, it doesn't look like it. Well, you stay well, ready to heal, I guess. Try to deal some damage in the meantime, or not. Okay, now we can do this. Might as well use single target, you know, brutal blows to get these done, get these dead quickly. Can I move her forward a little bit more? I mean, I wouldn't mind poisoning more of these guys just to get some damage over time going, or I could poison these more so they die more quickly. Obviously, last time the flingers actually dealt the most damage to us, which makes sense because they got the most attacks in. Okay. I mean, you could heal yourself, or you could actually drink your potion for now. Take out this guy. Nice, nice. Poison 12. I don't suppose he's gonna die from that? Probably not. Just attack this guy instead. 58. Not bad at all. Okay, yep, they're starting to shoot her. But it's looking a little bit better now. Shouldn't be saying that, but... well, I guess I did. You know what? Finish off that guy. There you go. You cannot go there? I guess not. Flinger... okay, that one's dying from bleeding for sure. And... okay, we have a touched up there. I mean, I suppose you just keep doing this thing, which has been working out pretty well. 5 enemies at once. Efficient enough. There's the crit for 24. And of course now she's absolutely in kill range. I mean, in fact, she's extremely vulnerable. Are you dying? Yes, you are dying. Okay. You're not dying on your own, so we'll take you out like that. Okay, that guy finally died. Don't kill our mage, please. Thank you. Okay. You know what? Heal her twice. There. Weakened. Okay. That guy's gonna die from poison as soon as he gets a chance. Although, will he get a chance? Alright, I keep forgetting that we cannot walk past that. Fair enough. I'm gonna move her forward, even though, well, let's hope it's not gonna spell doom for her. Yeah, I mean, that guy was gonna die on his own, but might as well speed up his fate and take out that guy in the process. Oh, normal wolf? Okay. I mean, I'm spending my resources very freely here. Obviously, I'm not sure... or rather, I really don't know how many enemies there are here total, so I might be spending too much. But there's only one way to find out. Actually, somehow there was another basher? Or there suddenly is? Not entirely sure where he came from, but guess we'll take him out. He's probably not gonna die from poison. Just like that. Oh, don't. He's definitely not dying from poison. I wonder... oh, she spent a lot of mana. You know what? Take out that guy. I don't like being knocked around. That could be really, really bad for us. I think everyone... well, not including him necessarily, but... oh, you cannot go there because... yeah. Okay. I mean, he doesn't really need healing yet, but everyone else does, so I think... might as well. He takes some damage immediately. Kinda wish he had taken that damage before, but, you know. Take one step because efficiency. Take out that guy, I suppose. Critic for 17. Not amazing. I'm tempted to rebuff again. It has obviously run out, but that means that we can only heal one person after that, which is not amazing. Everyone has their potions still, so I think it might be good. Okay, that guy might not be dying now. One final time. Took out the mage, that's good. Yeah, it's annoying. But I think I'm gonna have... Well, we'll see. Probably Ray take this guy out. Okay. Is that another basher? Yes, sure enough. Well, oh, nice cleave. Very good. Yeah, take out that guy, please. Thank you. I absolutely need to remember to actually use my potions. Right. Like so, but specifically for these two. They're getting a little bit low here. Well, with any luck, these might be the last couple of enemies, but we don't know that. You have 1 point of energy, exactly. I guess I could try to just take out one more person. Can you actually reach a... No. No, she would actually walk there. Wait. Oh yeah, she has to walk all the way around to hit that guy. Never mind that. In that case, just maybe take out this guy with a really good spark or shock. No, not even close. Well, you know, you're still doing all right. As far as health goes. You maybe finish off that guy? Well, maybe. Nope. Not quite. He is still poisoned, though, and he will die next turn. That's good to know. You will finally drink your potion. And I could have him rush right in the middle of action there. I could have him attack the basher. Sure, why not? Never mind. Path is blocked. I see. Okay, well, in that case, waste your turn entirely, because I thought I was still targeting Bash. Well, that's cool, I guess. It's not like this is a difficult fight or so. You know, where every move counts, potentially. Nice crit. Okay, I'll take it. You might... he's actually probably gonna die from poison? Yeah, definitely. Okay, good. Nice. This guy should die as soon as he gets a turn. Let's take out this wolf before it can do anything. What can we do to this guy? We could knock him back, but that's not really gonna help much. I'm gonna make him bleed instead. Okay, good. Next one dead, and no one else is coming, so we really might be good here, but let's not celebrate too soon. Take out that wolf. And help with the basher. Okay, good. That guy's actually dead. Whirlwind. Because we can. Attack that guy. Let's play it absolutely safe and use our final healing on Chip. Probably should have attacked that wolf. Not that it matters much at this point. Took 1 damage. And a crit to finish things off. Whew, okay, definitely save that. No matter what happens now. And we got a lot of energy back from that. Another horde of cowwolves run toward you through the sand. No! They emerge from a ruin to the northwest. You are now single-handedly attempting to lift the siege of Malachite Keep. I mean, that was the idea, I suppose. Normally, you would send a small army to do this sort of thing. Instead, this is a good opportunity to show the row the full power of the royalty of Haven. Whatever happens here, the story is sure to spread. Hopefully, it'll have a happy ending. Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, the energy restoration is nice. You still have a potion. Actually, just drink it right now, I suppose. He could give his second potion to Chip, and everyone would be in decent shape. Leaving Ray with all of his energy to, you know, use as I see fit, I suppose. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna swap that over. Have him bring that. And hope for the best, I guess? Well, I saved the game, anyway. So, let's see how this goes. Cowwolf touched. Would have been nice to... Well, I guess we might still get a chance to... Oh, hi there. To get them, you know, while they're nice and clumped up here, and, well, yeah. Can we? So unfortunate. One more tile, one more step. Actually, wait, she can move 1 more step. Never mind. It's not unfortunate. There we go. Yeah, that's neat. We're not getting the big guy. I suppose we could, though. Right? This should... yeah. I think it's probably more beneficial to get this guy starting to take damage. Rather than a normal cowwolf, right? Yeah. Nice. Well, Flinger evaded. That guy cannot reach us for now. Also only level 7. Obviously a lot of health, but, you know. Okay, he started off by taking quite a bit of damage there, but it's fine for now. Actually, take out the touch before it can do anything else. Good. We got knocked back. Of course, another... They broke formation. Walk 5? I don't like that. Actually, can you rush toward that guy? You can. Awesome. That guy is probably not low enough to die from poison damage. Nope. No such luck. Oh god, there's more coming. Snaky? Do we have a boss enemy here? A named enemy? Whose pet this is? Snaky. Well, I don't know. I guess I have to spend my resources now to try and deal with these enemies that are right in our faces as quickly as possible. I did not buff at all. Why did I not buff? He should probably heal himself, but yeah, I didn't mean to do this. I just forgot, I suppose. Block the damage. That's really good, actually. Okay, there we go. Druid Shelha. She has a lot of health. Assuming it's a she. Well, nice. That was some really good damage if you add all of that up. Why don't you go ahead and heal yourself now? I mean, you pretty much have to. Did not get a free turn there, but it's fine. Basher might start doing its Basher thing. Okay, that was a really good cleave. I mean, every cleave is good, but, you know, taking out 2 enemies at once, Awesome. You find a small, filthy camp. The beasts laying siege to the tower are controlled and commanded from here. At least that is what you have to guess. You face the only human you have found outside the walls, a woman of the Kranis, if you had to guess. She is surrounded by cow beasts, yet they haven't torn her to shreds. Some powerful magic is at work here, though you can see on her no sign of where it comes from. She points at you. You will not end the siege so easily, Havenite. We kill you, and then we kill your warriors. Your flesh will feed the plants of the row. That was a really heavy hit. I don't approve of that at all. Yikes. In fact, well, we'll see. We'll see. This is probably not going to go very well. I really kind of need to heal everyone. Yeah, I mean, again, he's not really missing a lot of health right now, but everyone else is. So, we'll have to make do with this. Oh god, this is so bad. She deals so much damage. How is that fair? I guess it's not. That's the point. There are so many enemies, and another touched as well. I mean, that's probably the extent of it, but holy crap. Could we have prevented this from happening? I mean, no. I mean, obviously, she's gonna cast her spells. We can't really prevent her from doing that at all. She's too tough to kill quickly as well. There's another basher too, for good measure. Actually, several bashers. I mean, at this point, wow, you're getting all those cleaves. It's nice, except that we're gonna die. Oh, hey. That's a good crit for us, but yeah. Things are looking pretty dire. God. Healing Radiance, what? Summoning creatures for good measure, because obviously we're not facing enough enemies as it is. There, shoot her. God. Well, I'm guessing I cannot... Oh, never mind. You can just outright teleport through enemies like that. Jesus. She deals way too much damage. Okay. I mean, yeah. That is that. I could accept that. Okay, actually, I never talked to the mirror after dying, so let's see what this says. When you approach a mirror, it fills with mist. You hear your mother's voice. The queen's voice is agitated, more disturbed than you have heard her in some time. Heard her be in some time. Atantuo, I contacted you as soon as I could. Are you well? I recently almost died, but I'm fine now. Yes, you were spared the consequences of your carelessness. I would not call that carelessness, but okay. I guess you weren't there. But only because the spells placed upon you pulled you to safety. The sages who maintained the spells on you detected a fluctuation. You were almost killed, so I'm talking to you now. Enchantments on me? What sort of spells? As if I don't know about that. What? There are many spells placed on me and my children. Spells of power, so that you can learn new powers with ease and fight with the force of a battalion. Also, spells of safety. If you come close to death, we can pull you to safety, usually. How useful. Do many of our soldiers get these blessings? Obviously not. Why didn't these blessings save my father? That's a really good question. Maybe they did, and he never died. So I can't die neat. I mean, obviously, okay. Let's see how many of these things I'm gonna be allowed to ask. Of course not. They're incredibly expensive and difficult blessings to bestow. I and my children have them. Nobody else in Haven. Yeah, why didn't they save father? Because that proud, foolish man was too far out in the wilderness, too far from our forts, when he was stung by the scorpion. We still almost saved him. It was the flip of a coin. He lost. We all lost. Okay. Are we sure these spells always work? No, we are not. They are fragile. If you are far enough from our fortresses, they may fade. That is why you must always be careful. Her voice is faster now, more worried. That is why I needed to talk to you. I must give you a vital message. Yes? Atantuo, you are precious. Haven has many vessels, but I have only 3 living children. The Rokash is precious, but you are more valuable still. Your life is not yours to lose. Do not take risks. Do not take risks. Very funny. Finish your mission. Report to General Miranda. Come home. That is an order. She snaps and the mirror clears. Okay. Well, the thing is that I don't want to make use of this system. I mean, It could be that it only saves you so many times before it eventually fails, but my guess would be that it will actually always save me, and the cost is that I have to restart a mission. And some dignity, I guess. And while it's nice to get this conversation, I mean, I suppose ideally I'll never actually die, you know, canonically. I will never actually have died by the end of the game, and we never needed to have this conversation. But it was neat to see this once. Of course, for now, we are still alive. We're, well, not in perfect condition. And I really doubt that we can actually win this one, now that I've seen this. I mean, just because of... everything else would be fine. Just the sheer number of enemies, I think we could handle, but that shaman just dealing, what, 40-50 damage per attack? Or, I don't know, 30 plus damage to all of us, plus poison. That's just too much. We cannot take that kind of damage, obviously. I mean, it's, you know... So I'm not really sure if we can handle that right now. These enemies are one level higher than we are, indicating that I guess I could... that they're probably not gonna keep leveling up to always be one level higher than us, if I had to guess. I mean, we've seen enemies just level scale with us, but those were always lower than we were. So I guess technically I could try to do some other missions. And just to confirm how this works. Maybe these will always stay level 7 until we start to outlevel them, and then they will keep catching up. I could see that being the case, perhaps. Or maybe they're always going to be one level higher, and we'll just have to improve in other ways by getting, you know, more and better skills, and better equipment, of course. Which, of course, you know, increase our strength past the pure numerical values of our levels. For now I can still retreat, of course. I will almost certainly have to rebeat this first group of enemies, but I guess that's yeah, it's not the end of the world if we have to. I might try this encounter a couple more times, maybe off camera, just to see if I can get much closer, if I can make a lot more progress. And of course, if it looks like I might actually have a chance, well, I obviously would love to be able to do this right now. And if it looks like we might actually be winning, I'm gonna record that. But yeah, I'm not sure about that. Either way, this episode has gone on for long enough, I suppose. And I'll take a break now. Yeah, as I said, I'm gonna maybe give this a couple more attempts and see how things go. If we just got especially unlucky last time. I feel like if anything, we probably got lucky because it really started out pretty well. But again, we'll see. For the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.